Hey y'all, it is me, Sister Renee, aka the Bougie Black Blogger, and we're back with another video. And I'm super excited. Today we are talking about grounding yourself. And when I say grounding, that just means like pulling yourself away from unwanted memories and feelings, disconnecting from things that are like traumatic or hurtful or something that just is pulling you away from earth, right? So being grounded is that foundation. You are planted, right? There are so many things that trigger us that makes us frustrated, angry, sad. There's so many things on the news, events, killings, murders, just there's so much that is thrown at you, not by choice, right? You don't get to choose what is being shared with you, right? People just post stuff that can mess you up emotionally, physically, and spiritually. But what we can control is how we react, how we act, how we take that and pull away from it so that we can be our most productive selves, our most healthy selves. And with that, I want to talk about grounding, right? So I really like looking at grounding in a way how we can use our senses, right? Hearing, seeing, feeling, tasting, and smelling, right? So I want to give you guys some tips on how to ground yourself using your five senses. So let's talk about hearing first, right? What I want you to do is focus on the sounds around you. You can go outside, take a walk into nature, and just listen to, the birds, the wind, the trucks, the cars passing by, the animals that are moving, and wherever you are, right? If you're in a big city, you may not hear as many animals, but maybe go for a walk at the park and tap into that and just listen to the sounds that are playing naturally, right? And just focus on your breathing as you're doing this. Think about thoughts. Pull away from negative thoughts. We can talk about that in another video. But right now, we're talking about making sure that we are okay mentally and emotionally and physically through grounding, okay? Another thing for hearing is turning on some non-lyrical music, right? And focusing into the sounds, right? The instruments that are being played. Try and pull out the different instruments. See if you can name at least 3 of the instruments that are being played, right? And do that for like 5 minutes and just focus, right? And just disconnect from everything but the music, right? That's for hearing. Number 2, tasting. So this one is really cool, right? We have, if you notice, if your taste buds aren't burnt off like mine, because I like hot food and I just like to eat fast, you'll notice that you have like salty taste buds, sweet and sour, and what's cool is that like something on the tip of your tongue tastes totally different on the back of your tongue. So what I want you to do is kind of like focus on how food or drinks, are in your mouth. Like, how does it taste, right? Also, when you start drinking water, sip it really slowly and feel it all over your mouth, right? Feel it wash up on your cheek, underneath your tongue, wherever it goes, wherever it glides. Feel the texture of it. If it's water, is it really smooth? Is it orange juice? Do you feel the pulp? Just be in that moment. Sip it slow and mentally think about drinking, right? That is taste. The third one is feel. This one is really cool to me because so as a creative, I love touching, right? And I comprehend a lot through feel. And so, first thing in the morning, right? If you want to start grounding yourself right in that moment in the morning so that you can set the tone for the day, is before hopping out of bed, I want you to lay there, right? Give yourself some time to just lay in the bed and roll around, right? Feel the fabrics on your skin. If you want to go back to the smell, what fragrances are there? Is it the hair products? Is it your boo? What do you smell there? But also feel the fabrics, right? Is it scratchy? Is it smooth? Is it comforting? Is it thick? Is it, a thin sheet? Thinking about that and just being in tune, connecting to the feelings, the things that are in your body, okay? That's number one for feel. Number two is it has to do with water too. There's this man, this article that I read, and I'll have to link it below. But he said, put your hands in water, right? Cool water, hot, not too hot water, right? But just feel how it glides on your skin. Just put your hands in. Your hands are very sensitive, right? Feel how it warms different parts of your hand. Feel it flow through your skin, but also just know that it's like moisturizing your skin as well. So tapping into water, like when you get in the shower, right? Just really be in tune with how the water glides and falls from the top of your head to your toes. Is there water splashing places? Do you feel it flickering? And just really be in that moment of feeling that water glide across your body. Number three for feeling is when you're like stressed out. I don't know about you. When I'm stressed, I pinch, like I poke my hands, right? And I don't know why or where that came from, but it's something that makes me know that I'm like alive, I'm okay, right? And so one thing I want to start doing though is not just only like poking myself when I'm stressed, but like touching fabrics and just something that makes me feel good. Like I love the feel of like satin, right? I like the smoothness of it. I love a really nice soft thick cotton, right? So if I'm stressed, I want to make sure I'm touching it to come back, right? Yes, this is a stressful moment. Use this thing to help pull you back, right? Find that comfort. Now, let's talk about seeing, right? Using your eyes. I only have one tip right now for that, but what I want you to do is find a photo. Maybe a Where's Waldo, actually. No, don't do that. But find a picture. Maybe you have a painting that you love, right? But don't focus on the whole thing. I want you to focus on a piece of it. Maybe it's a little purse or some object that you never even noticed was there, and I want you to zone in on that, right? And start thinking about what comes to your head, what thoughts, what questions, feelings, right? Look at only a portion of that painting for at least like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and just ground yourself in a way where it's like, okay, focus on one thing and not a huge thing. Most of the time when we are stressed and having anxiety, it's because there's such a huge picture that we don't know how to zone in on what's needed, right? We are so focused on the bigger picture, but not the little things that add up to it, right? And so what I want you to do is focus on that little thing and just start from there. And eventually you can move around to different spots on that painting, but that is what I want you to do in the beginning, is just focus on that little space, right? All right, our last sense is smell. Don't you love just going into a bakery and smelling the fresh bread and the pastries? It just makes you feel so good. I love going to ice cream shops too. Oh my gosh, the sweetness, right? So what I want you to do with the smell, like a tip for grounding, is go into a space that has a lot of fragrances that you like, right? Or love, right? I personally would never go to a perfume store or something that had too many smells. I'm not a huge smell person. As long as it's food, we're good to go. And as long as it smells good, we're good to go. But thinking about smell and bakery and just be in that area and just try and pinpoint, like the non-lyrical music, pinpointing the instruments, but pinpointing the smells. Is that a bread? Is that a chocolate donut? I don't know where you'll go, but see if you can pull out the different fragrances and just, like I said, be in that moment. Right. And my last little tip for smell is to light some incense and some candles and really take in the aromas. I love Palo Santo, like I burn that, and I just love the smell of it, right? There's other fragrances, other incenses that you may have around your house, or your favorite candle. I have a favorite candle, it's called Volcano. It's in a blue jar. You can find it at Francesca's and other cute little boutiques, but it smells amazing and it is so strong. But yes, light that up, take in the aromas, calm your nerves, be at one, be at peace, right? But yeah, those are my 5 tips. Well, the 5 senses for grounding yourself. So you're tasting, you're seeing, you're smelling, you're feeling. Oh, I forget the last one. I forget what I don't say. But anyways, let me know what you think. How do you ground yourself? What are some tips that you have? Post them in the comments below. What questions do you have about grounding? And make sure you head over to the blog, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. All right, peace and blessings.